It has become harder to set boundaries between work and personal life these days. Or maybe I just have to remind myself to break out of this routine and do something different and gain new experiences. So here I am meeting people who are on a different journey from mine and trying to learn from them and how they view life, work, and everything in between.
Very stressful to have so many people staring at you. You're almost there.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing.
Almost there.
It's sweet. No, it's a bit too.
Speed up your wheels.
How did you first get into pottery?
I think I was about 17. I just finished O levels. Yeah. So there was this place near the Botanic Gardens. I was in Penang at that time. Yeah. So we went in with my dad, and there was this Japanese sensei just wedging a big ball of clay there by himself. So I was like, I want to do that. I want to learn how to, do what he's doing. And I signed up there and there.
Now I make the center. So now we're talking about how you started your journey with pottery, right? Then after you graduated school, what was your first job?
Actually, it was pretty hard for me to decide what to do after, because after my internship, it was like, maybe material science is not something for me. I don't really enjoy being cooped up in a laboratory like 9 to 5. It's like, why don't I do something that I know I truly enjoy?
So what made you want to do chem and material science in the first place then?
I do like research-based things, and pottery is a combination of both. Perfect blend.
Wow. Cute. What is this becoming?
So, okay, some parts, they were too thin. So it wasn't able to support the weight on top, so it collapsed on itself. Yeah, so when we go out, we try to lock it at the distance, same distance when we travel up, so it won't get too thin at some point.
I've always known that I'd find a job related to my interest in film. But there are moments where I feel like I'm plateauing, and I'm just working for some financial peace of mind. I'm privileged to have choices that allow me to even think about this, and it's so important to be pragmatic. But sometimes I can't help but think about what's next.
I mean, as we grow up, it has to be able to pay the bills. And if I'm not working and teaching people, or if I'm not doing commissions, I'm actually doing my own pieces. Yeah. So for me, I try to instill breaks. A certain day, I'm definitely not going to step inside the studio. At the end of the day, it boils down to how much you actually like this art form, and it will be your responsibility if you let this passion die.
Are you ever very critical about your work?
I am critical, but like I always tell my students, if you fail this piece, try again. or, approach someone else, someone who's more experienced. And yeah, maybe they have an answer. I do that to myself too. Because it's just clay, If you fail, just do it again.
I'll be honest, I'm not proud of everything I make. And sometimes I can get very self-critical and overthink the things that I cannot control. But I guess there's always a choice I can make. To try again and move on. And who knows, what I end up with might not be what I imagined it to be. I might even mess up along the way, and that's fine.
I have people ask me, do you still see yourself doing pottery in the future? I actually just want to do pottery for as long as I can. Or even if, let's say, one day, I can't do ceramics, I'm sure there'll be other forms of art that I can find fulfillment in. Your career does not necessarily have to be your passion. I mean, at the end of the day, as long as you put in effort to create something, you should be proud of it.
Speaking with Belle, I realized that sometimes I confuse fulfillment with happiness. What we do can bring us happiness, but fulfillment comes from why we do it. It's a good reminder to look at the purpose of my career again, to create something that resonates positively with me, and I hope that it does the same for the people around me. This purpose might change in the future, but right now, I'm happy with that.
At the end of the day, I really want to just enjoy what I do and not care so much about, will people remember me? Does this define me? It goes down to my core values, or at least I try to remember why I am doing what I'm doing. It's only because I'm proud of my pieces and they serve a purpose in someone's life.